Hi, come on into my kitchen. We're going to do a Bible study. I'd like to introduce the Bible study to you today and tell you a little bit about myself and about what we'll study. The book is Wives of the Bible. It's a book that I wrote a few years back, and Pathway Press from Cleveland, Tennessee published it. My name's Jonnie. I never really liked having my name as Jonnie, but my family thought I was going to be a boy, and Mama was going to name me John Wayne. So that's how I got the name Jonnie. I was saved at the age of 8 years old, and I gave my heart to Jesus and knew that He had forgiven me of my sins. I've been a minister's wife for 50 years. My father was a minister before that. In fact, he was a state superintendent or state overseer, as we called him back then. Now they call him state bishop for 8 different states. My husband was a pastor for close to 50 years. Maybe I already said that. I'm an author. I've written 14 books. 12 of those are published, and the other 2 will be published in just a few days. I've been a piano teacher for 40 years and love teaching young people, children, adults, anyone that's interested in playing the piano. And I did play the piano for church for those years that my husband was pastor. You might wonder, well, what qualifies you to teach a Bible study about marriage? Well, I've been married for 61 years, to the same man. So I think that is that meets some of the qualifications. Also, I've taught the Bible since I was 18 years old, which has been a lot of years now. So let's look at the book that we're going to study, these wives. We'll be studying 6 different women, wives of the Bible. The first one is Job's wife, and Job's wife lived with a perfect man. Now, not many women can say that, but God is the one that said that Job was a perfect man. And we know that Job's wife did a wrong thing. She was not an encouragement at the end when they went through all of their trouble, and she went through as much as Job did, because everything that Job lost affected her, just as everything that your husband loses or whatever he does affects you. Abigail is the next one, and Abigail lived with a wicked man, unlike Job's wife. Her husband was churlish, the Bible says. He was evil, he was hard to deal with, and he was an alcoholic. So we'll be talking about that subject. Lesson 3 is Michal, and she lived with embarrassment. Now, it seemed like a silly thing to me that she was embarrassed, but she got embarrassed about the way her husband worshiped God. Then we'll talk about Bathsheba in Lesson 4, and she lived with guilt. You know, Bathsheba's the girl that got up on the rooftop to take a bath. Sarah, in Lesson 5, lived with change. Her husband heard a voice, and he didn't see a vision, but he heard a voice, and this voice told him to leave his father's home, leave everything, leave his country, and go and find the place that God would lead him to. And so Sarah dealt with a lot of change. Maybe you've moved a lot. I have. I've moved at least 40 times in my life. And then the last lesson is number 6, and that is Eve. And Eve lived with heartbreak. And the heartbreak came through her sons when one of her sons, killed the other son. Not many of us have to face that type of heartbreak, but we do face heartbreak through our children, and we'll talk about that, and we'll even have prayers in that lesson that we can pray over our children and over our family. Now, it sounds like we've got a good variety of women to study. I think you're going to enjoy it. You may want to get this little book, and if so, you can email me at JONNIENOTES, Jonnie Notes. Please don't put an H in it or it won't go through. Jonnie without an H, JONNIENOTES at gmail.com, and I'll send you a book. I'll let you know the price. It's just a small fee, and it'll include shipping. So thank you, and I'm going to post these on Turnaround Tuesdays, so look for me on Tuesdays. I hope that these lessons will turn someone's life around. Thanks, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.